Claxby Hill. We had a very long, made Norwegian-style sledge.
No, not that.
We hurtled down, we hit one another.
Let's go and find her. Where are you going, Master? For a drink?
Okay, you guys want anything else?
3 butterbeers and some ginger and lime, please. 6 shots of giggle water.
Tea Earl Grey hot.
This snake juice is basically rat poison. Spent my whole life right here in Lackawanna County.
Drink, I like it.
I know, it's great, right?
Shut up.
Well, hey guys, welcome back. This round is on me, and if you want to take the way that we've got this episode balanced, if you want to take your left earphone out, all of the food noises will be in that one, and all the talking will be in the other one. So if that bothers you too, then we've got you covered. But well, hey, how are you guys doing?
Tons of complaints, but nothing that life cannot solve with time, or nothing that talking about it will
I
fix.
only cried for 20 minutes.
It's always 20 minutes with you.
It's good. It's predictable. You can just over
20
and done
minutes.
with 20 minutes.
You
Yep.
cry for no more, no less.
He
20 minutes.
starts his stopwatch. 20 minutes later. All right.
Any
I
tears
feel
that
better.
are still outside get sucked back into the ducts.
What most people don't know is that, like, outside of this podcast, I am this stoic, just calm, cool, and collected individual. And then
I'm actually
I
a
just bottle it up inside.
multi-millionaire with a yacht and 6'4".
But my
know
emotions are so
karate.
bottled up inside that at least for once a month, for those 20 minutes, I go ballistic. And you just better watch out.
The pop bottle has been shaken to the point where there's no going back, is there?
I am the Mentos to your Diet Coke.
No truer words have ever been said. That metaphor touched me to my core.
It made me deeply uncomfortable too.
Oh,
Deeply uncomfortable.
well, if you have found yourself one booth down, welcome. A doctor, a lawyer, a pilot, and a professor have all walked into a bar. And tonight, in addition to our dailies, we are having part 3, the grand finale of our March Madness Christmas movie.
Don't say that
don't
it's
what?
the grand finale. Don't say that it's a grand finale. Otherwise,
I'm
we're going to have
saying
a 4-hour episode.
You know what? I feel like going on a monologue about all of our residual picks. I think
You go for it.
No, I'm not
You
gonna do
So this is probably going to be a long one because parts 1 and part 2.
it's a good thing that everybody
Woof.
here that's a listener, you all have, I think it was like 5-hour commutes one way. So I think this podcast will get you a quarter of the way to work.
You were welcome for us accompanying you on that entire 5-hour commute for part 1 and part 2. But before we do that, as we have been since the start of the year, we're going to lead out with the dailies. No, pew, 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 pew. No,
I went
no,
woo. I
Dallas,
went woo,
the
woo.
listeners can't hear your finger shots going off.
I feel like that's too aggressive.
Yes.
What are we going to call this?
I write for the Daily Prophet.
That's crap.
I want the name of this flying whatchamacallit to go with the Daily Planet like bacon and eggs.
Crap.
Daily Bugle?
That's pretty good. But it's taken.
Pew, pew.
Thank goodness I took out the left ear
Pew, pew,
because
pew.
that way I couldn't hear that.
Yeah. Gotcha. Well, this is the dailies. This is the current events, releases, and obsessions that are actively feeding our fandoms. Cody, what you got?
All right. So last weekend, at the time of this recording, I went to Lexington Comic-Con. And
I saw the pictures. I was kind of jealous.
yeah, it was a great time. I had one purchase in mind, though I ended up with 4. And that was
That's the way it goes every time.
an autograph from Catherine Tate, Donna Noble herself, signing a book, a Doctor Who novel. And Donna Noble is my favorite character in Doctor Who. And I went up to her, and this happens every time I do something like that with the celebrity.
You and I are opposite humans, and I love it, but I just don't understand that at all. When I got taken to that signing event for the Hurricanes, I was like, So, keeping track of how many signatures you're up to tonight? And one of the players is like,
How's your taxes,
I lost
buddy?
count. I lost count like an hour ago, and I was like, I figured. Like seriously, I could not care less about celebrity. So was this actress everything you hoped she would be?
She seemed very nice, and she seemed very tired. She had a 4 a.m. flight coming in, and she had been doing it all day, and she seemed very tired. And however, the book that I gave her to sign, she looked at it and went, "Oh, this is nice. I like this." And I'm like, yes, something out of the ordinary to make an impression.
Gosh, because what, a 4 a.m. flight from the UK, wouldn't that, like, you were crossing time zones going back in time? And so she probably, a 10-hour flight, landed in Kentucky at like 7 a.m. and she'd been on a flight for 10 hours only to have a full day at
Yeah, she lived in Nolan.
You gotta sleep that one.
Is what she did.
Gotta sleep that whole flight. I'm just saying.
Thing.
She seemed very tired, so I went up to her and she saw the book was nice, and I got to say, cried when you lost your memory, cried when you got it back, and you're an inspiration in DuckTales. Those were the three things I really just wanted to say.
Yes. Well,
yes.
There you
perfect.
go.
Well, that was. I know you were excited, and I'm glad that it was still an exciting event. For you.
Otherwise, I also got at Comic-Con Gameboy art. Someone 3D printed a giant cartridge of a Game Boy game.
Which, again, we are an audio medium, and if you know how big Cody's head is, I'm just. He said it. That thing's bigger than your head, literally. So that's what, at least 3 football fields? Or see, now that's where the line was.
If Charlie Brown is the 800-pound head in the room, I'm at least the 600-pound head in the round.
I'm the 900-pound. I'm the 900. Back off, Chuck.
Oh, that's.
You got nothing on me.
But overall, good time.
Cody's about
overall good time at Comic-Con.
Well,
and we had a great weekend, including Postmodern Jukebox with you, William.
Oh, yeah. Okay, well, I'll get there. Alex, what do you got?
I am Dune pilled, as the cool kids are saying. I went and saw Dune 2, and it may be
Electric Boogaloo.
It may be the best sci-fi experience I have had since the last Denis Villeneuve movie I've seen, which was the best sci-fi experience I'd had since the last Denis Villeneuve film, which is the best. So anyways, he's done it again. He's
got a great track record.
It's pushing up on 3 hours, right? It's getting up there in length, like 2 hours and 50 minutes. And I sat there. I wanted another 2 hours. Allie and I walked out and said, we looked at each other, wanted 2 more. Like, we could have gone. We saw it in IMAX, and those seats are not the same as a lot of other. I don't know why. AMC has way better IMAX seats than Regal. However, it was a phenomenal experience. So good that we are going back this next week to do it in 4DX, which is basically they've got moving seats and air jets that shoot you and
shoot sand in your face.
Exactly. A free shot glass of sand that you chuck up. It's kind of like in the midnight showings of The Room where they throw spoons at the screen.
Unfortunately, it gets everywhere.
It's coarse and it's rough too. Not a fan of it. No.
Yeah.
But hey, if you want to understand where Anakin Skywalker came to exist, you need to go see Dune, Cody. It's the reason that Star Wars exists, and it's better than Star Wars in every way, shape, and form. I said what I said. It's the best Star Wars movie, right? So you've got Dune 2, Dune 1, The Last Jedi, Rogue One, and then Star Wars Battlefront 2, the classic. You know?
You do realize that the more you do this, the more I will not do it out of spite, right? That's kind of how I work.
I was making that as a joke, but actually, genuinely, Dune 2 may have been one of the best cinematic experiences I've had. I mean, there's only so many 3-hour movies that you can watch and be like, whoa, yeah, that was a ride. Like Oppenheimer, I was like, wow, I felt like almost drained at the end of Oppenheimer because it's very, very deep, right? It's like a need to watch, but not necessarily like oh, jolly good, great fun. Killers of the Flower Moon.
when Margot Robbie became a real girl, it was great. When Margot Robbie became a real girl.
Killers of the Flower Moon, 3 hours, should have been about 45 minutes shorter. And I watched it at home too. So I was just like, good night. Like I could get up and go to the bathroom when I needed to, and this movie should have been shorter. Dune 2, saw it in theaters and could have sat through 2 hours more. That good.
Really?
So, yep.
That's amazing.
Yep. So that's my daily.
Good deal.
We're seeing it on Sunday, and I'll let you know.
Is there a Dune 3 coming?
Yes, there is Dune 3 coming. So the first book was Dune, and it is so dense that Denis Villeneuve said, I'm going to break it into 2 parts, which was very, very smart. But then Frank Herbert, the original writer, realized that a lot of people misunderstood the message. And so he wrote Dune Messiah to like basically say, no, this is a colonizer bad. He's not really the Messiah. He's kind of not supposed to be a sympathetic character. You all took that the wrong way. And so Denis Villeneuve.
And they doubled down.
No.
No. Oh, no. Okay.
No. Incorrect. So, no, there should be a third one coming, but for as much flack as for as much apathy as you give Hans Zimmer, you cannot walk out of there and tell me that Hans Zimmer is like him and Williams are the 2 greatest of all time. It's just.
I mean,
you started and stopped. You're like
we're going to
into the mic and then never said anything.
We're going to have the composer talk eventually. This has to happen at some point. This has to happen at some point.
Composer bracket.
I'm out.
No.
I'm so bored.
We picked songs.
I'm so bored.
Okay, never mind. Moving on.
Dallas, what do you got?
So composers has nothing to do with what I'm about to talk about.
Oh,
So I have been playing. I play all games all day, every day. I quit my job. I haven't changed clothes in weeks.
I can smell you through the internet right now.
It's a Patreon.
Is that a Taco
exclusive.
Bell Baja Blast?
It is. It's coming through the pores at this point.
It's pretty nice. It's good looking.
But speaking of colonizing and space, I've been playing Helldivers 2.
Well, I started up the East India Trading Company again. Real popular. They too love spice. That was a Dune reference.
I've been spreading managed democracy across the planets, fighting bugs, fighting robots. That game is pure chaos all the time, and it has gotten a lot of praise, and it's just okay.
This is my daily. I'm obsessed with this, and I don't love it.
Well, I wanted to give it its fair shake, and like it's got good dumb fun, but you can only blow up so many times by friendly fire and still want to keep going.
Mm-hmm.
But I still do.
Helldivers 2 looked to me like watching just some trailers and talking about it. It looked like Destiny. And Destiny was one of those games where it was like, yes, no story. And you do the same variation of a mission 18 times. And after the 13th time, I am doubting this purchase. So I did not buy it.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. I think it would be fun with people because then that dumb fun can kind of fade to the back of your own antics and doing stuff.
True. It's like watching Napoleon Dynamite by yourself.
Yeah. I'm
no
not
bueno.
Getting anything. So
you get a bunch of other people who are watching it to make fun of it or to make jokes while you watch it. Then okay, yeah, sure, good time.
Yeah. So I went back and
how are you
RoboCop,
playing, Alice?
So that's what I'm doing. What's that?
What platform are you playing it on?
PC.
On the PC. Okay.
That's where it's at for me.
Yes, that made all the difference between being a good game and a bad game. There we go. Of course.
Well, no, I looked at. I looked at it and went. I looked it up. It said Windows and PlayStation 5, and I'm like, now this doesn't have a PlayStation.
Window.
So I was confirming that it was.
I
PC.
have a window, and that's
Yes.
where I played it. It is cool calling down nukes on bugs, but you can only do that so many times before that runs out of happy fun times, and that's where I'm at with it. So,
Oh,
William,
your happy
what,
fun times with your nukes.
Yeah, only nuke something so many times before you really got to move on to different.
Yeah,
artillery
I learned about that in that 3-hour movie called Oppenheimer. After the first nuke, he was real depressed. And then after the second one, he really, really didn't like it anymore. So
Yep. That's same story arc for me. The exact same one. So, William, what have you been over there?
And
doing?
I'm just Ken.
Well, okay. Cody had mentioned, I will give that one an honorable mention, the Postmodern Jukebox. We went, us and our wives went to the concert in Lexington. And I mean, at one point I was standing in my row dancing to the song. Like, it was a riot.
I've never seen you dance. I've never seen
this
you
is
dance
not
like
open
that before. It was
well, okay. I was going to say this is not open platform for you to critique my dancing, but
well, I guess no one had ever done a jazzy cover of Hedwig's theme. You know, like this was a first experience for him. Like, dun, dun,
No, but-
dun, 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 dun,
Oh, I'm
ba,
sure
ba,
that
ba.
exists.
Scott Bradley has done Hedwig's theme
Shut
as a
up.
ragtime jazzer. I'm dead serious. I'll link it down in the show notes. But for those of you who don't know, Scott Bradley's Postmodern Jukebox. It started out. He's a pianist he's savant.
You watch your language.
Ha 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 ha! No one's ever made that joke before. Congratulations on your originality.
Thank you.
But
thank you.
I
now
did
have potential employers who know that this podcast exists. So hello. Used to be, hey, careful what you tweet. Now it's, hey, careful what you podcast. So what about
Scott Bradley?
What about his
started a
pianist?
YouTube? He started a YouTube channel where he would do ragtime covers of like modern songs. That was his whole shtick. And as it got more popular, he brought other musicians in. Like he'd have a bass player
a
and
clown, a very, very tall clown. I'm not actually making that one up. That one's deadly serious. Wait, do you not know about the clown?
Nope. Anywho,
well, I know something about Postmodern Jukebox you don't know.
But it grew to the point where the production value got better. He had singers come in to do covers of songs, and they formed Postmodern Jukebox, which is his like traveling troupe that does vintage interpretations of modern songs. And it was a blast. Like it was an absolute blast. And yeah, I had absolutely no alcohol and still let loose. It was incredibly fun. But yes, Postmodern Jukebox was incredibly fun. And just on an aside, I've been having a whole lot of fun on Instagram thrifting for Harry Potter things. I know that by definition is not anything new and current because I'm getting it secondhand and vintage. But there's been a lot of fun activity going on over there. So I will shamelessly plug it. If you want to go watch my Potter Finds at the Peddler's Mall series on Instagram, I'm at Kentucky Wizard. And I've got a lot more Potter content planned there, and here. But we'll get to that later.
Everywhere.
But for that's the dailies. We will cut to a break, and when we get back, we are going to finish. I'm speaking it now. We are going to finish March Madness.
Bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see how this plays out.
Yeah. We'll cut to a break, and we'll be right back.
You don't want to talk to that guy? He plays in the NFL.
He's a linebacker. Skill positions only for Don Amigo.
I'm saying you're a football player. It's in your blood. That's racist.
Yeah, I know. I'm a great ref, and I'd like to play the game now.
When I am playing hoops, all of the stress and responsibility of my job here just melts away. Who am I? Am I Michael Scott? I don't know. I might just be a basketball machine.
The inspiring words of a fan who'll always root for the home team, even if they lose this game.
They lost! Those losers!
No. The game's not over.
Woo! Not over! Woo!
Okay, we are back. If you've listened to the past 2 episodes, we have finished our full round of 32 in part 1 and part 2 of our Christmas March Madness movie bracket. And tonight, we are going to make a very strong, valiant attempt to declare a winner.
Good luck.
All right, so for our Sweet 16, we are going to declare the winner of each of our conferences, starting with the Nazis Are Bad bracket. We have the Sorcerer's Stone versus The Sound of Music. And I would also like to point out that in part 1 and part 2, nobody threw their tomato.
This is true.
And just to reiterate, throwing the rotten tomato, if the average of the audience and critic score of your movie that you're rooting for is higher than the movie you're fighting against, it wins automatically. But if the score is lower, your tomato could be rotten, and the other one advances because it had more votes. So, I mean, we all know who's going to Sorcerer's Stone versus The Sound of Music. We all know who is going to.
I've never been more threatened in my entire life.
Listen, all right, you know what? I'll just say it. The Sound of Music was my pick. I feel like I'm the only one standing in the way of an advance for the Sorcerer's Stone. I vote the Sorcerer's Stone.
Wow.
No, I was just going to point out that the Sorcerer's Stone actually said
Christmassier.
Merry Christmas or Happy Christmas.
They don't say Merry Christmas. They say Happy Christmas.
I was actually going to vote for The Sound of Music.
What?
Were you actually?
Whoa, this was going to be
You shut your dirty mouth.
Wow. Dallas,
Brother
what do you
against
pick?
Brother, I was going to pick Sorcerer's Stone.
Wow. I mean, like, I love The Sound of Music. It's a great, great movie. Sorcerer's Stone just feels Christmassy. So, I mean,
there's snow and Christmas trees and Christmas presents.
I mean,
and the actual words "Happy Christmas."
Is there a Christmas tree?
Is there a Christmas tree?
What?
Dallas, Hagrid
You know
is
what?
dragging
Moving
one
on.
through
Sorcerer's
the snow.
Stone. Before we get bogged down, we're going to do this thing.
In
Boom.
one night. Yes, Sorcerer's Stone.
Nazis are bad. The Sorcerer's Stone moves on to the Elite Eight.
But we would like to officially declare that even though the Sorcerer's Stone magic Nazis are bad has won, all Nazis are bad.
Correct.
Anywho.
Yes. Especially.
Okay, we will cut to a break after we finish the Sweet 16.
Perfect.
How about that?
Onward.
Beautiful.
And upward.
In the Clay Best Friends bracket, we have Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer versus Elf.
I think we all know the winner here, too. Yes.
Boy. Oh, boy.
Yes?
Yes, we know what the winner is. It's Rudolph. It can't be anything else.
What? No. It's Elf. For sure.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer is the godfather of all of these Christmas specials. If it were not for Rudolph, there would be no Elf. It is the progenitor. It is the Superman. It is the Captain America of this whole genre of claymation. And you shame our mother, sir. You shame her.
Yes. The one about bullying and how bullying is okay unless you have, talent. Oh, got it.
Hold on
Cool.
a second.
Elf is better than Rudolph
you said
by
that
far.
Dune was the progenitor to Star Wars.
And they actually executed him.
But then he had to make another book to clear up that he didn't actually mean that imperialism was bad. And now you're saying that this progenitor is the lesser of these two?
Yes. Yes, that is correct.
They didn't make a Rudolph 2 because he was like, maybe we got it wrong.
If you guys are trying to egg me into throwing a tomato here, it's not going to happen. Elf is a better movie. It's a better movie. As a Christmas special, Rudolph is good, but as a movie, Elf is the better movie. Gets my
What's
vote.
yours, Dallas?
Rudolph.
Randolph doesn't even know the name.
I was reading something and I got him confused. Rudolph.
I'm voting Elf.
We get to call Omar.
Cody, I have
Actually, no, we're not calling him. We're getting Morgan Freeman back.
Wake him up.
Watching that,
your mother, the woman who gave birth to you, would be ashamed.
I said what I said, and watching that as a parent, Santa was a jerk. Oh, your child looks different. You better be ashamed.
Mm-hmm.
his dad was a jerk.
Judging on the basis of color, we just went through a whole bracket about how Nazis are bad, Cody.
Oh,
But
son,
his
you
dad
look
wasn't the good
different.
guy, though.
Let's hide it.
Yeah.
Everyone, and whenever he was like, "Oh, you helped me reach my, you helped me reach my objective, so I'm accepting you." Like, if not to bring Harry Potter up every time I open my mouth, but every other character in that movie was like the Dursleys. Like, you, just in your nature, you are terrible. You're abnormal. You should be ashamed. We should hide you away.
But it's about the perseverance of the misfits, though.
It's I can't. Is it Donner? Donner's his dad, right?
I don't know. His dad's a jerk, and that's how I know him. He's a jerk.
But I don't think anybody's siding with the dad. The dad was a jerk on purpose to be like, his dad's a jerk.
Oh, but Santa sided with the dad.
Uh-huh.
That's the point.
Right, and that's why
The
he
whole-
went
Santa
away
sided
and
with
he
the
found
dad.
his people and then came back and he saved the day. Not any of them. And then he helped the misfits. They didn't help the misfits. He did with
I'm
his
voting
special
Elf.
powers.
I'm sorry. I'm voting Elf.
Omar Fallon has not replied to Alex's text.
Dumbledore was a turd in the end, too.
Yeah, and they don't.
He was the Santa Claus.
Well,
of
we're
that
not
one.
comparing. We're not comparing Dumbledore to this. We're comparing.
Oh, yes,
Elf
we are. We're comparing
to
Dune and the worm with a butthole mouth, and we're Dumbledore and Santa.
Josiah Kronz has replied in Cody's Horcruxes. I said, need a tiebreaker. Josiah said, I'm here. I sent Elf versus Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Oh no, now we have more people also typing, aside from just Kronz.
He was the first
Ooh.
one. He gets
He
it.
said, the claymation Rudolph, ? Nope, Cody,
Yes, sir.
Cody, whoa, you can't. Oh, all right, no leading the witness here. Objection, Your Honor. Oh boy, it's gonna come down to the wire, not to be confused with the hit HBO show, The Wire, about police officers in Baltimore. DJ,
Nope. He's not who you asked.
I didn't ask anybody. I just said need a tiebreaker.
He just asked the group.
Oh no!
I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. And I
DJ
knew that was going to be the reason why.
DJ came in with Elf. Kronz came in with Rudolph. We need another tiebreaker.
No.
All right. I have tagged both Mark and Tate. Whoever replies first. That's it's a race. It is a race.
Now, to be fair, I love Elf, but I have loved Rudolph more.
Oh, so it sounds like you want to change your vote to break the
no,
tie.
I'm not
Got
changing my vote. Rudolph, I have loved longer and more than Elf.
Oh, Tate's typing. Elf.
Ah,
Tate has. We
fine.
said the first one.
Hold on, let me leave this chat real quick. And block all of these people.
We were playing first past the post rules. So
to Tate.
Beautiful, Cody. Beautiful.
That was a tiebreaker in double overtime because we tied. We went into overtime. We tied again.
Right.
And then it won. Elf advances in. Well, go figure. The one with the least number of Clay best friends advances.
It's because the fewer claymation people in a movie makes it less scary.
A
little less scary. Just a little bit.
All right. Christmas Hope bracket. We have the
Christmas Hope.
BBC's Nativity versus It's a Wonderful Life.
Can we just say it in unison? I feel like not even Cody. I'll defer to Cody.
It's a Wonderful Life.
Okay, woohoo!
It's amazing.
Yeah, I think so.
No offense, BBC or Jesus. It's not about you.
No offense, Jesus. No offense.
All right, cool.
I mean, the Nativity was a first time for me. It had its charms. It had Peter Capaldi. It had She-Hulk. But come on, It's a Wonderful Life for a reason.
Yeah, there you go. And it was good. I enjoyed it, but I'm gonna watch It's a Wonderful Life again.
Yeah.
After that one. Okay. All right. The of the Western Conference, the zany comedy bracket, we have Home Alone versus A Christmas Story. Oh, Cody had that it's obvious. The little head tilt of we all know what's gonna win. Do
I
we?
don't know if we
I don't even know.
All right, let's go to Dallas. Dallas first.
Christmas Story.
Agreed. A Christmas Story gets my All right.
What?
Wow. Is it?
What,
But is it
William?
unanimous, William? Is it unanimous, or is there a 25% resentment vote over there?
Oh yeah, it's a Christmas Story. Yes.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Unanimous.
After that elf debacle, you've redeemed yourself a little there.
First, he's out here dissing Rudolph, and now
Listen, I mean, kudos for him being mistreated his whole life and still being an upstanding and helpful little reindeer, but they were all jerks to him, and
That was the
we're going
point.
back.
I also thought you were
Well,
talking about
yeah, I
Home
know
Alone
it
for a
was the
second.
point.
And I was like, wait, is there one where he's an adult?
Okay.
Yes, actually, there is one where Kevin becomes an adult. It's called Saw, and it's terrifying.
Oh,
It's not very Christmassy either.
Oh no.
Also, speaking of which, somebody pointed out that the cell phone in Saw, the date on the phone is 9/10/2001, and they had the worst week. Can you imagine?
Oh no.
No.
Yeah. You get out and you're like, I survived. Oh, the world is horrible.
I'm going back in.
Ugh.
Not
Speaking
near
of-
as cheery as Home Alone.
Speaking of the rated R bracket, Die Hard versus The Holdovers.
I'm standing by my pick. I actually loved The Holdovers. Die Hard's fine, but I really like the wholesomeness of The Holdovers. And William, you were right last week. Or you were right last time when you said that if it was the TV cut without all the profanity, that's a fun, could be a good family movie too. So
Like that would be a instant classic.
yeah.
In the sense that the family could gather and
if you
watch
put it
this
on
movie.
what is it, Angel Vid or whatever, that took out all the cursing that all the Christian parents
Yeah.
knew in the
Yeah,
early
yeah.
aughts, just do that and you're good to go. I vote The Holdovers.
Holdovers, Cody.
I mean, come on, guys. It's Die Hard.
Oh,
Hey, you know what? It's not even a Christmas movie. We established that.
well,
I'm voting Die Hard.
I feel like the response to Bruce Willis's "It's not a Christmas movie" only garnered mainly the response you get from us. Alex, is whenever you put a very strong opinion out there, we double down in the opposite direction.
That's fair.
I think the internet, when they heard Bruce Willis say it's not, that made it even more of a Christmas movie.
It is because I said
Yeah.
so. Yeah.
I'm gonna go Die Hard.
It's all good.
Dallas.
Oh, I picked
He
Die
already
Hard.
said Die Hard.
Yeah, Die Hard.
Oh, you already said Die Hard. Oh, okay.
Wow.
I love The Holdovers, but it's not one that I'll probably watch over and over and over and over and over again. It's a great one, but it's a heavy one. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I would have to be in a special mind, like my headspace would have to be in a certain spot.
Does Die Hard advance?
Are you going to eat a
Yeah.
tomato at this one?
Yeah. Here's the funny thing about this bracket. I don't have like really strong. Also, I'm Morgan Freeman. I'm starting to rustle over in the cage because we just got a message from Omar Fallon, and he actually finally replied. He said, "Elf, obviously, claymation Rudolph is for grandmothers." Now, I wish I was making that line up, but that's actually exactly what Omar said. So I'll go back to sleeping in the corner of the cage. Thank you for the fresh hay. It's much softer.
Okay, I'm probably
Dallas
gonna
started it last time.
I'm probably gonna cut the cage references.
No.
out
It's
whenever-
sleeping inside Nicholas' cage. It's very roomy in here. There's a whole third national treasure.
What did he gut him like a tauntaun? What is happening
Yeah,
here?
that's how you survive, Hoth.
Gosh. Okay, Die Hard advances. Oh my. Okay, we're kind of booking it through this. So the Carol Conference, The Muppets Christmas Carol versus Jim Carrey's Weird-Eyed Christmas Carol. not to sway the audience one way or the other.
Wow, rude. Because that's my
I
vote.
mean, how in the world can you vote against Michael Caine? Christopher Nolan would be ashamed of you, sir. Would be ashamed. It is a perfect movie. Absolutely exquisite in every sense of the word.
That's not true.
He will travel
Christopher
back
Nolan
through time.
loves Fast and the Furious, so I'm sure he would appreciate a movie that tried its best in 2009. So I am going A Christmas Carol with Jim Carrey.
Okay, Cody. I mean, I know this is a hard decision for you. Okay.
I mean, there's no question. It's Muppets. No question at all.
For you, there's no question. But I don't like Muppets, and I don't like singing.
Jim Carrey's Christmas Carol makes me feel like weird bees are in my stomach when I watch it. It's just off-putting in a way that I have a hard time with. The Muppet Christmas Carol isn't my favorite, but out of these two, it does tip the scales a little bit in favor of that.
I survived Jim Carrey's Christmas Carol and only had bees inside me.
It throws me off. It's that era of animation. And
whatever.
Jim Carrey has to be in a very specific place for me to really enjoy his stuff sometimes.
What is that place?
Inside him.
Where does
bees in his stomach? No, I don't even know.
Bees?
Like, there's some '90s things that I will watch with him in it, but it's few and far between.
All right, William.
I have
2-1
to the Muppets. I'm sorry, I've got to give it to the Muppets.
And you know what's sad? I don't even have to look it up. I already know for a fact that Muppets was critically acclaimed, and critics were kind of like on Jim Carrey. And I'm not even gonna risk it right now, and that's sad. I gotta save my. tomato.
You're not gonna throw it?
No, I gotta save it for later. I gotta save it for when it matters.
I will look up Jim Carrey's Christmas Carol.
My guess is it's gonna be. I'm gonna guess on both of them. I'm gonna guess Jim Carrey is like 62, and I'm guessing that Muppets. I'm gonna guess Muppets is in the mid 80s.
Well,
That's
Muppets,
my
we
guess.
might need it, Ryan.
Oh, that's true.
Then Jim Carrey's had a average score of 55.
Oh, was that combined?
52% critics, 58% audience.
Win some, you lose some.
Okay.
All right.
Muppets advances. I'm worried about this one. Not in the I don't want to declare a winner because they're both incredibly good, but in the we have the animation bracket of Charlie Brown versus the Grinch. To be clear, the original animated How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
I'm going Charlie Brown. It is one of the best mood movies, a vibe movie. It has a good message. It has ups and downs and wholesome. Charlie Brown. My vote.
Charlie Brown. Okay.
Look, God love Grinch, but come on, it's Charlie Brown. It's the 900-pound head in the room.
His head keeps getting bigger and bigger.
It's gonna collapse.
My 900-pound head life on TLC coming this fall. For this week, we're going to visit Charles. He has one squiggly hair and cannot kick a football. Can't get out of bed, guys.
Got a big head and little arms.
Meet the Robinsons is a criminally underrated movie.
Agreed.
That's all.
100% agreed. I've got to give it to Charlie Brown too.
Yay, Dallas! Your
I'm
vote
going
doesn't
Charlie
mean
Brown.
anything.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
Even though everyone's a jerk to Charlie Brown, and that's what screwed Rudolph out of his movie. They only use him when they need him.
Well, that's just it. Rudolph was he was only liked for his talent. We're not going back there. We're not going back there. It lost.
No.
Omar, Tate, DJ, all of these friends of the podcast, they agree with us.
Friends of the podcast.
How could I
no friends of
forget?
mine. I'm just kidding.
Dr. Murphy Part 2 agreed. I mean, come on. Kristen and you all.
Yeah,
The deck
she's
is
the
stacked.
better half. She's part one.
Oh, that was all brownie points for William. Good job.
Charlie Brownie points.
Charlie Brownie points. Yeah.
Dallas. You also get Charlie Brownie points for that joke. Good job. All right.
Okay,
Here we
Charlie
go.
Brown advances now. We have Tim Allen's The Santa Claus versus the Christmas Chronicles.
Tim Allen's the Santa Claus. Tim Allen's the Santa Claus. Yes. I'm sorry. There was another. What was that? It's considered a movie. The
objectively superior movie in all ways. Christmas Chronicles.
Is that actually your vote?
Yep.
Hey, different strokes for different folks.
Cody?
I love how they're both like, nope.
It's one of those like, do we choose violence today?
Do we both agree that Charlie Brown's gonna kick the other movie's butt one way or another? Yeah, I do. So I mean, take your pick of the loser here. Oh no. No, sir.
Oh boy.
You realize that it doesn't matter. Christmas Chronicles is losing to Charlie Brown. So
this sucker's
Dallas.
James and the Giant Peaching all the way to the end.
Dallas, as funny as it would be, and it would be so funny to see the Christmas Chronicles advance. I'm gonna say the Santa Claus. Now, Cody.
Wait a second. We talked about this. We all agreed we were going to vote for Christmas Chronicles.
Whoa, are you all scheming behind closed doors? I want to be in the room where it happens. The room where it happens. All right.
This is Survivor
I
rules.
liked the Christmas Chronicles, but it was the Santa Claus. It's just
I'm back one more time by popular demand. Alex texted Omar Fallon and said, "Uno mas. Ready?" And he said, "Yes, sir." And Alex said, "The Santa Claus versus the Christmas Chronicles." Omar said, "Santa Claus, but put respect on Christmas Chronicles." So the Santa Claus wins, but he also thinks it's a decent movie.
He put respect on it.
He did.
Hold on, I
that
dropped
footnote.
something.
Well,
that,
see, there
I
you
dropped
go.
this Rotten Tomato.
No! Send it! Do it!
Yeet. Let's see where this
okay.
lands.
I will look up. My heart is beating so fast. Okay. I will look up the Santa Claus.
I'm looking up the Christmas Chronicles.
Okay.
I'm looking up
I wanna
nothing
make sure my math-
right now.
All right. I'm doing the math. Okay. The Christmas Chronicles has a Rotten Tomatoes score for critics of 68% and an audience score of 76%, giving you a 72%.
The Santa Claus
You can lie. Nobody knows.
has a critic score of 73%.
Oh no! What was the critic score? Or what was the viewers?
And an audience score of 66%.
No.
For an average combined score of 69.5%.
No effing
The Christmas
way!
Chronicles wins.
That did not go the way I thought it was going. I kind of feel bad.
Not nice enough.
I feel like I just pushed Santa Claus off of the roof just now. I'm a little happy that
Don't
I
worry,
get to
that
be
just
Santa,
means
but you know,
Yeah, you get to be Santa now. You're
I
good.
committed
you're good.
murder though. So
With the first upset of the night and the first Rotten Tomato of the night, the Christmas Chronicles advances.
And with that, we are going to break to come back with our Elite Eight.
Elite Eight. All right. We are back fresh out of the Sweet 16, and now we are moving on to the Elite Eight. Going back to the top of the conference, we have Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone versus Elf.
All right. Here's where I get to dissent, William.
Okay.
I do love the Sorcerer's Stone, but we are talking about Christmas movies. And while the Sorcerer's Stone is Christmas adjacent, Elf is a Christmas movie. I am voting Elf. Plus, this is just a side note, we've already done a live commentary of the Sorcerer's Stone, so even if it won, oh well, you don't really get bragging rights. We already did it. So I'm voting Elf. I'm voting Elf. It's not a dig. It's a beautiful movie. It's a great movie. It's a great movie. Even they love it in China. Ironically, that's true. They love Harry Potter over there. But
I mean, by this point, it is like in my bracket, it was going to be Rogue One versus the Chronicles of Narnia. So this whole entire bracket for me is bust. And frankly, Elf doesn't deserve it. Chronicles of Narnia, they give the kids weapons. Elf doesn't deserve it. So for that reason, I'm voting Sorcerer's Stone so that it can go up against Elf.
That's a bad reason to. It's gone. It's over. You got to move on.
And I
got to move on.
See,
Alex, I'm
voting Elf because, in Sorcerer's Stone, the main character's bullied by everyone, and the old white bearded character only likes him when he can use him. So I'm voting Elf.
Are you actually?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I feel like Elf. If we're talking about Christmas movies,
yeah,
it is I told you I love Elf.
It's a happy coincidence that objectively you feel like Elf is a Christmas movie. The actual reason why you're doing it is out of vindictive spite, right?
I only do anything in life out of vindictive spite. That's why I'm breathing right now. Out of spite.
Well, I'm voting for the Sorcerer's Stone.
All right, I get woken up again by these three. So Alex texts Omar in the style of DJ Khaled, and he says, "Another one with an A as opposed to an ER." And Omar said, "I'm ready." Alex said, "Elf versus Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone." This is still not a good impression of Morgan Freeman. But he made his bed, and now he has to lie in it. Omar is thinking, I don't think it's breathy enough. Oh my goodness. Omar said, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone for sure.
No.
I know Will is going to be taking a victory lap after hearing that. But I don't give a crap. I'm throwing my, I don't know. I'm throwing my tomato here. I'm throwing my tomato. Elf deserves it. It is a Elf. I'm throwing it. William, you get to look up Elf.
Is it because we know I'm bad at math?
I'm so nervous right now. I'm talking about like two beloved classics for two different... I'm so nervous, Dallas, right now.
I know.
I'm jittery. I don't know what to do with my hands.
Like there's
what do I do with these?
It's like you're watching Jim Carrey's A Christmas Carol.
I just referenced Talladega Nights while rooting for another. I don't know what to do with my hands. While rooting for Elf, another Will Ferrell movie. Oh no, William. No, I'm not ready. I'm not ready.
Elf has a critic score of 86% and an audience score of 79%.
Whoa!
Giving it an average of 82.5%.
Oh dear.
All right.
Really low.
Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone clocking in at 201 reviews.
Weird. Elf had 202.
The critic score is
that one review.
81%.
For the critics?
What for audience?
The audience score is 82%. Clocking in at 81.5%.
No!
No! No!
1.
Yes!
These tomatoes are wild, y'all. This is crazy.
And you know what's just happened right there? Omar has been upset twice.
I know.
He's never gonna give us a tiebreaker ever again.
I almost revved up when he's like, I'm throwing my tomato. I was like, oh yeah, well, I'm gonna throw. No, that don't work that way, because that just means we look up the score.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna throw mine too. Oh yeah, buddy, and we're just like bumping chests. It'd be real weird.
I would not be who I am if I did not go to bat for the Sorcerer's Stone.
Wow,
1 point.
No,
I did not.
Elf had 202 reviews. It was that one review that probably pushed it over. It's fine.
Hey,
Dallas, how do you spell?
We already did a live commentary of it.
How do you spell vindictive spite? I need to make sure I got the definition.
You guys are already working on tampering this against me. We all like Elf.
Gotta push that button.
Elf
is good. Elf is good. We said from the get-go that regardless of who wins, but we said from the get-go, regardless of who wins, these are all enjoyable movies. We know the cream's going to
with an
rise to the
asterisk
top.
saying except for Violent Night
These are
and
all
Christmas Chronicles.
I mean,
Those are
mute
bad
him,
movies.
Mute him real quick. These are all objectively
the best movies of all time.
Did you know that Elf is actually a better movie than The Sorcerer's Stone? I'm going to take a puff from my extremely long pipe, Cruella de Vil style. Oh yes.
Now we have. Okay. I can get past that. I know I can. We have It's a Wonderful Life.
I'm sorry.
Versus A Christmas Story. These are two total. These are the opposite ends.
We're gonna learn a lot about each other right here.
Yup.
Dallas, lead off.
Christmas Story.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
One, kind of a panic move there, but also when I talked about I have to be in a certain mindset for a movie, when I'm ready to watch A Wonderful Life, one of the greatest movies ever, but I have to be in that headspace to watch it. Christmas Story, can watch it just any time, and I have a good time, and I relate to it on a very personal level, way more.
Do you think? Okay, so that seems to be a common theme running throughout the Christmas movie bracket. It's either you have to like prepare to watch it, versus you can just throw it on while you're decorating the tree.
Yeah,
I think that's because Christmas is such a hard time emotionally for all of humanity. And so your feelings are at their extreme.
Do you feel like one of those genres is better than the other, or they are just two sides of the same coin?
Yes, they are two sides of the same coin, and it depends on what mood I'm in at the time. Like, It's a Wonderful Life is It's a Wonderful Life. A Christmas Story is it's a Christmas story. Like that, I guess for the real message in the heart of It's a Wonderful Life, it's going to edge it out for me. A Christmas Story is like live action. It's got that same like Midwest, just slice of life Americana feel that Charlie Brown has, but it's not to the same level of hit me in the same way that It's a Wonderful Life does. So
sure.
Again, you're talking about two of the classics.
Yeah.
A Christmas Story is a classic, but in many ways, A Christmas Story is like live action animated, if you will, very much.
I could get that. Some of the vignettes are a little larger than life, kind of hyperboles of what would happen in that situation.
Just feels like a kid telling a story about his life.
Exactly.
But for the stage of life I'm in right now, I have to vote for It's a Wonderful Life. It's wonderful. Cliche intended.
Wow.
Yeah.
We're either going to have Omar is getting like an extra heavy workout today.
Cody throws his tomato. And
I'm running out of minutes, guys. I can't keep calling Omar.
Better be glad
Thankfully, it's after 9 p.m. So yeah, there we go.
Dallas
let off.
I led it with
so
a
it's William.
story.
Okay. William's like, don't make me.
Oh, you said A Christmas Story.
Yeah. He's been sitting here thinking about both sides of the coin. He's like, do I want to like honestly, It's a Wonderful Life is like the 1950 when did it come out? 40s, 50s? It's the late 40s version of
1946.
A Christmas Carol in the sense of like, if I didn't exist, what would it look like? So it's got that like somber tone, but then it's also the joyousness of life. I get how it's difficult. However, my Red Ryder BB gun is also still right around the corner. So whichever way you go, William, I'm not mad. Maybe, wait, actually, I'm going to be so mad if you vote against it. Yeah, take your revenge now on It's a Wonderful Life. Oh, it's my favorite movie in this bracket.
So I'm trying to fall back into my criteria that I've been slowly
The
developing
criteria
over
collection. I'm a big fan of that.
I'm trying to think. Does the Christmas Story have what you would consider a miracle, like a Christmas miracle? Because that's a criteria of
the duck at the end.
He got his BB gun, even though everybody told me shoot his eye out.
Yes.
But then he BB gun.
And it seemed like everything was over, and then all of a sudden, look behind the desk.
However, It's a Wonderful Life is entirely a miracle. So, by that same logic, do you want a black and white beautiful moment, or do you want the recolorized version? You can have both, or do you want a kid? Or you could have a kid's tongue stuck to the pole. I mean, that just seems like child abuse, and I know how you feel about kids getting hurt.
Nobody
in movies.
made him do that. He did that on a double dog dare or a triple.
He almost
dog
shot his eye out too. That's violence against children. Very
by himself. His dad didn't shoot him.
I'm gonna go Christmas Story.
Yes! Wow, we are tied. Oh my.
I'm thinking back to the sheer number of times that I've watched A Christmas Story.
I'm just gonna call Omar. At this
how
point.
heavy. It's a wonderful. It's
everybody ready? Let's just see if he answers.
He's gonna be mad. I'm trying to sleep.
Hello.
All right, Omar. I've been doing Morgan Freeman's voice every
jeez.
time I read our text messages. Okay.
I don't know what to say about that.
Me neither. I kind of like started the bit. Now I can't stop doing it. We need one more tiebreaker, and I thought we'd just keep texting you. Let's just get your voice back on the air. We have It's a Wonderful Life going up against A Christmas Story. What's your pick?
It's a Wonderful Life.
All right, what's your rationale?
Just class.
I respect that a lot.
It's
All right.
Wonderful
Has he
Life is a
listened to our
classy
podcast
movie,
before?
And it's just a classic Christmas movie,
I agree. So
It's
you
nostalgic.
you sided with me and Cody. So we were a house divided. So we appreciate you, good sir.
Who liked the Rudolph?
We're not going to name names so that we don't shame anybody. Cody, and Dallas.
Shame.
He's shaming you. So.
In the most classy way possible, I invite Omar to suck it.
I forget that you can't hear them. Thank you, sir, for your the gift of your moisture, and that was a Dune reference. They all looked at me like, what?
I'm uncomfortable. Okay.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Good to see you.
Wow. That was a real exciting tiebreaker.
That's one I wouldn't be upset about either way, and I was having a really hard time.
Oh,
picking
of
one,
course
so-
not.
Okay.
I love the fact that the whole time he can't hear a thing you all
I
are
know,
saying,
yeah.
so I'm just laughing at your all's jokes, and he's like, "Oh yes, it's a classy movie," and then you guys are like, "Have you heard our podcast?" I'm like, laughing at his. It almost sounds like I'm laughing at him. We're not laughing at you, Omar. We're laughing with
We love you, Omar,
so.
and we value your opinion. Only whenever
Except for
I
those
agree
two
with
times
you.
we threw a tomato when we disagreed with you. So
Those are strategic.
Okay. Now, I can't believe I'm even saying this out loud. Die Hard versus A Muppets Christmas Carol.
Die Hard gets my vote over the Muppets. Ew, Die Hard.
Look, A Christmas Carol is one of my favorite stories of all time, going all the way back to my speech days.
When I was a young warthog.
One of the proudest moments of my life was when I was in high school, and it was right after my Papal Day died. I did the speech piece, Mrs. Bob Cratchit's Wild Christmas Binge, which is a real thing that you can look up. A very parody of A Christmas Carol. A Christmas Carol has been a near and dear to my heart ever since, and Michael Caine as well.
Oh boy.
He brought in the dead grandpa line. Gosh. That would be like one of you guys being like, oh, my daughter likes the Christmas Chronicles and we have to watch it every year.
I already pulled that one really fast.
Oh, that's crazy. That's so wild. Dead grandpa? No.
Well, well, because I had cancer, I'm no, I'm not playing the cancer card. Dallas, what do you?
During my liver surgery, the doctor watched Die Hard, and that's why
he's
finished...
alive right now.
Yeah, no, mine's Die Hard.
Well, yippee-ki-yay, Muppet Lover. I'm voting Die Hard too.
Whoa! Yippee-ki-yay, Muppet Lover is the new way that we are going to be censoring that word.
What's your rationale, William?
Die Hard is a meme. Die Hard being Christmas movie is a meme. Muppets Christmas Carol is the best. That's it. I'm throwing it.
Tomato?
Oh, he's throwing the tomato. My rationale doesn't mean jack now.
All right, I'm looking up Die Hard.
Okay, I'll look up the Muppets.
I won't do anything.
Good job, Dallas.
Yes.
You just sit there and exist, okay?
That's what I'm trying to do.
Oh, Cody. This is going to be a real hard-fought battle unless you're coming with big guns.
Oh, no.
Because Die Hard, with 250,000 ratings, has a 94% audience score and a 94% critic score for a combined total of 94%. Michael Caine better show up with big stuff.
Muppets Christmas Carol has a critic score 77%.
Unless it has like, is that 124 that it would mean for the for the audience? I'm no rocket surgeist, but
and an audience score of 86% for an average of 81.5.
I hate you all.
Yippee-ki-yay, Mr. Falcon.
I hate you all. The Muppets is a classic.
It went down swinging, though.
Die Hard is a Christmas movie by meme only.
And I would, Cody,
The Muppets is in the tradition of Dickens, dagnabbit.
I would be disappointed in you if you didn't throw it.
It was beautiful. It was a thing of beauty. I love it. Die Hard advances to the final four. Or very vindictive, spiteful humans.
Right, yeah.
We could have had the holdovers in the final four, but no.
So are you going to, like, put Kermit's face over Hans Gruber's face as he's falling off Nakatomi Plaza?
What can I say, Cody? It's not easy being green. Evergreen, I guess you could say.
John.
It's not easy being evergreen. Get it?
Okay, the last match.
My wife's a pig.
Whew, the last matchup inside of the Elite Eight. Charlie Brown versus Christmas Chronicles. Again, a phrase I never thought I'd say. But
Please.
Here we are.
Dallas?
Well, since there's no way it would win against Die Hard, Charlie Brown's Christmas.
There's no way Charlie Brown would win against
No, there's
Die
no way
Hard?
Christmas Chronicles could beat Die Hard.
Oh,
okay.
No, Charlie Brown.
Okay.
Out of these two, Charlie Brown holds a dearer spot in my heart, and I'm out of tomatoes, and I know that it wouldn't win anyway. So
All right.
I ran out of cards on this one, so I can no longer make irrational choices.
Cody.
here.
Look, I was willing to play this game. I was willing to go Christmas Chronicles. Had it been a different competitor in this bracket, like Violent Night or Die Hard, I would have brought Christmas Chronicles to the finals. However, I wasn't going to play this game with Charlie Brown. I just can't. I was going to let it win, but Charlie Brown is too important, too near and dear to my heart.
You guys know how near and dear to my heart Christmas Chronicles is.
This is
So
a very
I think
tough
I'm going to
decision.
have to go with Charlie Brown as my
I'm
vote.
going to go Charlie Brown. Yeah,
All right.
I'm going Charlie Brown.
And with that,
Christmas
we have
Chronicles.
knocked out our Elite Eight.
Wow.
And we are on to the Final Four.
Final four.
I guess we'll
Okay,
take a break. And when we come back, we will do our Final Four and championship round. We'll see y'all in a little bit. And we are back. Welcome back, everybody, for the Final Four. And we have...
Pits are sweating, and I'm not even exercising. Ugh.
I told you to try the Gillette Clinical. It really made a difference in my world. It's still a little stinky, but you know what? She likes me anyway. Still, she likes me for my personality. We have Elf going up against It's a Wonderful Life.
Woo.
And that is a really tough freaking matchup right there. William, I'm going to defer to you here.
I think these are two sides of the same coin.
Yeah.
Elf is feel good. You can use it to set a mood at Christmas, not use it to be reflective or introspective.
I don't know. It has some deeper. When you look at all the movies on here, it has some of the deeper meaning of family. My vote is Elf, actually, and I'm not saying that just to get a rise. I genuinely think the messages of family. There's a Christmas Miracle. You can watch it with everybody. It's got a little bit slapstick. It's got a little bit wholesome. It's happy. It's sad. It's Elf in my book.
Will Ferrell isn't grating or annoying.
I mean, honestly,
this.
yeah. You've got a stellar cast.
I'm going to vote Elf.
We had a private conversation about what makes a wholesome movie and what makes a good movie. I feel like It's a Wonderful Life is a good movie, but I wouldn't watch that with daughter yet. Does that make sense? Because it's got heavy stuff.
Mm-hmm. It is. It's very dark.
Elf, I feel like still portrays a very good message for everyone, whoever is watching it.
Yeah.
And so I'm leaning on the Elf.
And Cody's already
Tomato. I
no.
You know what? I shouldn't have thrown my tomato. I should not have thrown my tomato. That was a mistake.
I respect the tomato throw where you did it. That is you and I both did the same thing there. We stood by our principles, and you went for Muppets, I went for Elf. So I mean,
if Elf would have won against the Sorcerer's Stone, I was going to throw it for the Sorcerer's Stone. And just because I'm me, and if I didn't throw a tomato for a Harry Potter movie, I got to stand by my principles and my brand. I mean, come on.
All right.
Elf
is our first
into the finals.
Yes. Wow. All right. And on the other side
was better than all of the remaining movies, in particularly Elf.
You don't need to be spiteful. We don't need to be spiteful at this level. I could see about maybe 3 on this that are better than Elf, but one of them's coming up.
Christmas
Charlie
Chronicles already
Brown.
got knocked out, so yeah.
All right. We have Charlie Brown going up against Die Hard. Do we actually need to vote here? Or do we all know the winner on this one?
Do we?
Yeah, I'm surprised the critics thought so lowly of Michael Caine in a Muppets movie. How dare they?
One of these movies I love, but the other one made me change the size of all of the air ducts in my house. And that one is Charlie Brown.
Dallas says Charlie Brown. William, what did you say?
Wait. You
I
said
picked
one of these
Charlie
movies I
Brown.
loved, and the other one made me change it.
So there's
the
a
air
missing
duct.
comedy. Yeah.
I juked one way. I maybe juked too many times, but I did land on Charlie Brown.
I concur. Charlie Brown.
Do we really need to rehash this again? It's the 1,100-pound head in the room.
All right, what do you got, William? Charlie Brown versus Die Hard. I mean, yes, it's already Charlie Brown advancing. Are you about to throw a tomato, or are you just going with the flow?
Two coins of the same side, as we've been saying.
Can you throw a tomato in the finale?
We didn't last year.
Oh, so it's now or never?
But also, do you feel that strongly about Die Hard? To be like, I just want more chaos.
Listen, my darlings are already gone.
If he dies, he dies.
We're dealing with a man on the edge. He has
That's not
nothing left to lose here.
I'm gonna throw it.
Shut up. All right. I have pulled up a Charlie Brown Christmas and Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, please lose.
Okay.
Please lose. Because if
William is actively rooting against his choice.
Oh, can I? Oh my goodness. You know what? I stand by it. I stand by it. I can root for an
This
outcome.
is a podcast based on principles
I
and
can-
rational
I can-
choices.
Okay.
I confidently threw the tomato, and I'm confidently hoping that some weird green liquid leaks out of it when it breaks.
Okay. So if everyone recalls, Die Hard. Die Hard at a 94% average.
No. Oh no! Oh no!
So a Charlie Brown Christmas on Rotten Tomatoes has a 94% audience score.
Okay.
With an 86 critic
William is the destroyer of worlds. Oh man!
I'm crying. Oh my God.
Wow.
And Die Hard advances to the finals. Oh. I need to drink some water. I'm crying. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
I lost it. Please lose.
I know, yeah.
And with that, we now head to the championship round, where we will see Die Hard square off against Elf right after this commercial break. Wow. And we are back in the championship round. I don't think I've laughed that hard at a Rotten Tomato. See, normally I want my movie picks to win. That is the chaos that we seek to create.
Okay. All right,
I can't
all
believe
tomatoes.
you did that just because. You're like, hey, I just found this hand grenade on the ground. What happens if I pulled a pin and released a spoon? Oh, crap, it blew up. Like,
I love it.
What happens if I hold the bottle rocket as I light it? Like, oh, I lost a finger. Like, yeah.
Most rational podcast out there is this one.
All right. Elf versus Die Hard. Who would like to lead off?
I'm going to need a minute. You go ahead. Dallas, how about you?
Yeah, I'm going Elf. Just because. That's the only reason I have. Elf is a Christmas movie. Die Hard is also a Christmas movie. But
I'm going Elf. It is absolutely one of my all-time favorites. Unironically, one of my all-time favorites. So, Elf gets my vote.
I could not have seen the dice roll to this darker timeline. Even if
it was against Charlie Brown, I would have to be like, no.
I know, yeah. I was like, that was going to be a tough pick.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Well, you all are welcome for making this easy. I pick Elf.
William picks Elf. And Cody. Oh, the eye roll. The finger to the temple. Oh, please.
Elf does not deserve to be in the finals.
Thank you.
Half the movies here are better than Elf in this moment. It's gotta go to Die Hard.
Actually, Elf was better than the Sorcerer's Stone. William, just play along for a second. I know it's going to pain you so deeply. I know. The tomato spoke on both sides. The tomato giveth, and the tomato taketh away. And with that, our 2024 March movie bracket winner in all of its glorious madness is Elf. Woohoo! This is how democracy dies.
Wow. Okay. So, Christmas time this year, we will be releasing a full-length commentary of Elf.
I can hear Cody now. Rudolph's better.
No, this game was rigged.
The whole time.
It was wrong.
The whole time.
I will have no part in this.
Don't you see how they did such a great job with that claymation over there? It's actually inspired by a slightly crappier 60s version.
Yes.
He's going to watch or Rudolph at the same time, and he's going to commentate just a different movie.
He wants to be
Rudolph.
a dentist over here.
It's like, what did we watch?
You see how there's a snowman? There's a snowman in that one, too.
This movie doesn't even address oral hygiene. This is garbage.
It's
As a
okay,
matter of fact,
Cody.
he needs to see a dentist.
Cody's a South Pole elf. It's all right.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Elf is our winner. I look. So that was amazing. All right, guys, we will cut to a break. We will round out tonight with a table topic, and then I will cover everyone's tab because I'm a loose cannon on the edge. And YOLO. Okay, we're back. We're going to round out tonight with a listener-submitted table topic, and this one comes from Renee McKenzie, who is Global Affairs on Instagram. She has a really fun travel account. She's traveled all around the world. She asks, Would you want to visit your ancestors 100 years ago or your descendants 100 years in the future?
Ooh. Well, at the rate Allie and I are going, I may just be visiting an empty room. So, I didn't say that we were like we don't have any kids now, or it would be a room full of dogs. So I mean, I don't know what okay, fair. Like I think I would go 100 years in the past. Like I would love to see that. And imagine the kind of change you could affect for good. Or you'd be burned at the stake for being a witch. I don't know. One of the two.
Or
I'm
would
going,
this be
I'm
like
going
a-
in the past.
Would this be like a Moana situation where you're lost adrift at sea and they all appear as blue ghosts and you get to chat and then they sail past you?
No, that was The Empire Strikes Back. I'm fairly certain.
Yeah. Gotcha. I would have to say my ancestors.
Okay.
I don't know. It's just that's what I want to do. The reasons are kind of nebulous and vague. Like,
Do I
just
need to
want
say in Captain
I
America?
don't want to ask them anything. I just want to.
I understood that reference.
As teenagers.
And you know what? If
Yeah.
Cody got to go back and see him, he wouldn't vote for A Christmas Carol in the future.
100 years in the future, I feel like I'm.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I
I'm
don't
going
want to
100 years.
know,
Yeah,
and I
I'm
might
going
find
100
out
years.
how
Yeah,
I
I feel like if
actually
I went 100 years
die,
in the
or whether or
past,
not
it's me asking
civilization is
why.
still standing. So
And if
I'm
I go
going
100 years in
to
the
go
future, it's
100
me
years.
saying sorry.
In particular, our grandparents.
I think I would go.
Enough
Yeah.
time
I'm
has
sorry.
passed that they would
What kind of
probably be
ism was
teenagers
I
at this point.
guilty
And to
of
be able to
back
see
then?
them
I am
again
so
and see
sorry.
what they were like.
What's-
they were
this is new now?
during this time.
I would have
My
planned better.
grandfather
I'm
was a
sorry.
massive ist.
Maybe
What kind of
when
this?
they're teenagers,
I don't
they're
know.
very different people.
I was trying
but
to be normal.
The
I'm
chance to
sorry.
see them
I
one more
think
time.
going in the past, you get to ask the questions if you want to, but also just to hang out with the people that got you where you are today.
Yeah.
Win, lose, or
Yeah.
draw. You know.
Yes. I would like to put all of my money on this company that doesn't exist yet. His
I
name
want
is
to put all
Henry
this.
Ford.
I'd like to put all this in Apple, please. He
Tokyo
wants to
Drift
buy
half
apples. There you go.
What kind would you like? We've got these from Vermont
I'm
and
Cody.
these from Georgia. Do you have Gala or Fuji? Whoa, son, what's your language?
Or so we're all in unanimous agreement. 100 years.
I
in the
think so.
past.
I think so. Yeah.
I think so too. Well, hey, Renee, thank you for that question. I don't know what you expected. Hope it exceeded your expectations. And guys, I'm gonna square up the tab. If you have found yourself one booth down for that madness, congratulations on making it to the end. Drinks are on me tonight.
Yeah, this is Tom over here. You guys need to clean up all the fake snow that you sprinkled on the counter. That's just not, I'm not cleaning it. It's not in my job description. Get out of here. And you better tip extra, Murphy.
Well, if you all like what you've been hearing here tonight, we highly recommend you come check us out at thegrapefruitnetwork.com or on any of our social media platforms where you can find us. Listen on, give us a rating on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Overcast, Pocket Casts, Pocket Monsters. That's its own thing. Yeah. Cast your fishing lure, cast your nets on the other side of the boat, walk with me. No, wait. Casting crowns.
And one of the best ways that you can support the podcast, and this is kind of inside baseball for the state of podcasts right now, is turn on your downloads for the episodes. Whenever it comes to getting our actual metric numbers for us to get support in the future, they want to know downloads. So a free way that you can maybe take up a little space on your phone, but not drain any from your pocketbook, is to turn on the downloads anywhere you get our podcast.
But
And
I
I'll
mean,
also
if
throw
you
this-
guys want to drain your pocketbooks, my
We also have
Snapchats,
Patreon.
my Cash Apps in the description. So,
And we do have a Patreon if you want to toss a coin to your Witcher there. And I would like to plug that episode 0, Potter Plus, is anywhere you get your podcast right now. The third show inside of the Grapefruit Network. That one has been a lot of fun. We're launching full launch on April the 5th. It's been really exciting. It's been an absolute labor of love. Everything we do here at the Grapefruit Network is a labor of love.
Yeah,
but
can
this
we
taps
start
into,
going like a little lighter on things? Because it's like 127% on everything we touch.
No,
Okay,
no.
cool.
It's high octane all the way on this one. So, and it's Tokyo.
That's Christopher Nolan's favorite movie.
Hey,
A Christmas movie, A Tokyo Drift.
Well, as we've said before,
Two Tokyo,
doctor and
two Driftiest.
well, as we have said before, A Doctor and a Lawyer Walk Into a Bar is a production of the Grapefruit Network. If you would like more information about this show, you can visit drandlawyer.show. And to learn about the other shows inside of our network, visit us at thegrapefruitnetwork.com. We'd love for you to come hang out with us, pull up a chair, join the conversation. It's getting rowdy, y'all. And I'm so excited about the future and where everything is headed. But with that, I'll square up the tab. I'm going to head out of here. I'm William.
I'm Dallas.
And I'm still Morgan Freeman sitting in the corner, hoping that Alex will toss me a few more dollars for all the hard work that I'm putting in tonight.
And we'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.
Are you kidding? I'm working.
All right, I'll be right there.
And grab the movie. Go, 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 go.
Goodbye, my lover. Goodbye, my friend.
Made one, snapped in two, which was
These walls are funny. First you hate 'em, then you get used to 'em. Enough time passes. Wait, who is this for? Oh, those dipwits again. And what? The pretentious one has been doing impersonations of me. Get my lawyer on the phone. I'll own every pair of bougie boots he's got.